Good evening, everybody. Welcome to For Anglers, the digital platform that keeps fishing alive. And today we are talking more in the lines of Tight Lines magazine, and we're talking saltwater. And one of the, can I dare to say, the most vibrant personalities in saltwater fishing. We are talking to Tish Yelland. Tish, welcome with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And I mean, thank you to all the viewers. If you're going to watch this, just go easy.
Tish, you are down at the coast, but you've been traveling up and down the last couple of years. Tell us about your whereabouts and what you're doing, where you reside. Who's Tish?
I live in Durban. At the moment. And even although I tell my husband it's under duress because I'm from the Cape. And I grew up on the Cape West Coast, so the Cape West Coast is very special in my life, and grew up with a grandfather and a grandmother and parents that fished and loved fishing. So came back to Durban in 2002 because we moved from Madagascar, and I would drop the kids off at school in the mornings and go down to Blue Lagoon and go and fish. So that's just me. I fish wherever I can.
Where in the West Coast? What was your favorite West Coast, or where did you grow up?
Between my grandfather lived at Bag River Station. People won't look unless you're from the West Coast. I mean, you won't know where's Bag River Station, as we call it. But it's between Hopefield and Veldrift. But Dwarskerspos, you can put me there. Langebaan, you can put me there. Jacobsbaai, anywhere on the West Coast. I'm happy. You can just go and put me there and pick me up in a week from.
So what will be your favorite specie that you would fish there in the West Coast?
Shame, people. It's not a shame. I can understand people like going for, the biggest fish and the fish that will give them the biggest fight, and especially with shore angling, our tournaments, if we catch an edible, we get double points. So people would target a nice cob, and there's nothing like a good fight with a cobbleo. But to me, I have to go so many tournaments. The weather never works out the way it should when we fish tournaments, and we go in there with the highest hope to catch sharks for lots of points and everything, and then the weather turns and we have to you end up scratching. And a lesser sand shark on the West Coast, those sandies, they have made so many people win tournaments. So to me, they're such an important fish, a species that often gets like, people go, oh, no, not a sandy smash. No, not sandies. But they're my favorite fish on the West Coast.
And they're not necessarily in the deep.
No, they lie right in front. My dad used to walk at Dwarskerspos then to amuse the grandchildren. He would walk into the water about ankle deep, and you see them feeding. And then he just goes down and he catches one, just behind the fins, and he shows the grandchildren. So sometimes we would catch them by hand.
Tish, you've got quite a passion for development and communication, and you're always talking to people, and you must have met very interesting people in your career.
I've been so lucky to, if I didn't fish a tournament, I would be at many of the tournaments as the SASA PRO, and I would do live streaming and the social networking aspect of the tournament. Have a little drone, so sent that up a couple of times as well, get some nice drone footage. And then, I've been to junior nationals, I've been to ladies nationals, I've been to senior nationals, internationals. Between South Africa and Namibia, covered those events as well. So absolutely, I have met the most amazing and the brilliant anglers in South Africa in rock and surf.
Well, what was the most interesting person that you ever met next to the water?
I'm gonna go with Barry Wareham. To me, Barry Wareham is the most knowledgeable person, but the most patient, and would spend half his life next to the ocean. He'll be fishing a tournament, and he's so good with that. And while he is preparing his bait, if you are a opposition angler or like in the ladies team and I come there, he will say, while he's baiting up, he will say to you, look, I'm busy putting together this bait because the water over there looks very nice and I'm going to target a cobby or target this, which is which to me makes a person a master angler. To me, you become a master angler the day where you take your time and your knowledge and you share that, even if it is with your opposition. And on the day, if they catch the fish, wonderful, he will come to you and go, well done, he will congratulate you. So yeah, to me, Barry Wareham is just a wonderful character.
What was the most interesting incident, or you can even have it the most embarrassing incident if you want, at the tournament where you were involved?
No, we haven't. I must say, no, embarrassing is just like the wrong way to put it. Because like any tournament, you go before a tournament. So you in the place in order to go and train, you must get to know the conditions. So you normally go about a week before the tournament starts. And then, of course, at the end of the tournament, you have a prize giving and celebration. So I won't even, that's where the embarrassing moments come. Before the tournament and after the tournament. But during tournaments, it's actually more about the one thing that I have noticed over the years is the camaraderie that you have between anglers, even opposition, the respect of one angler to another angler. You will have a group of, we're shore angling, a lot of our fishing constitutes out of wading. And we will often be standing chest deep in the water while a whole group of people. And it could be anglers from Namibia Masters team next to little South African under 16s. You'll have some Namibian ladies also standing in the group. And they will support each other. They will go, oh, wave coming, and see that everyone is okay. So, and then cases where you would have like the ladies nationals, where an angler that I covered the tournament, an angler would put her rod in the rod spike in order to go and help another angler land their fish because there's no management around and we have to witness for each other. So I've had amazing learning experience and humbling experiences more than, like I say, the embarrassing ones they before the tournament.
But they are all good experiences.
They are phenomenal. They restore your faith in humanity when you see anglers and how they look after each other on the beach. It actually restores your faith in humanity. Yeah, we've got good people.
You've been involved in a number of championships and world championships and things like that. What is the most special one that will stay dear to your heart?
No. Everyone has got its own moments. It's my first time that I have my Protea colours for internationals against Namibia as an angler and a coach and a manager, because I always want to do something different and challenge myself. I think people must become complacent if they do only one thing. So you only fish. I want to learn other stuff. And then I have my Protea colours for FIPS-M, also as an angler, a coach and a manager. So when we went to Wales in 2019, we would have to wait outside our hotel because our transport was the bus, and the team would wait there, and I would have a JLB clip speaker on my backpack, and we would be playing Afrikaans music. Yeah, and Jack Parrow was there a couple of times as well, and Kaptein played and everything. That was, eventually we had all the other anglers from the other countries, because all the ladies' teams stayed in the same hotel. But the other teams would react and they would dance as hard as we would, and we would get on the bus with the speaker and play. And it was just phenomenal. And we won the silver medal, and Cabose Lowe from Cape Town, it was a second world champion position. So that was an amazing one. But we have so many, everyone has got its own personality. They all have their moments.
That's true, and you remember each of one for
something else that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Inspirational anglers in your life that you have come across, especially on the senior side. Give me a couple of names that touched your heart.
On the senior side, I mean, to me, I look at the master anglers a lot, because there's a few of them. And to me, one of the most amazing anglers in South Africa is Colin Skeepers. He is a phenomenal, and his name is well known amongst the fishing fraternity. If you belong to a club or have fished in a senior nationals or an international, you will know Colin Skippers. And then one of the best cob catchers, it's just because he did it standing next to me in an international. And one of the naughtiest but funniest people and most amazing ones is Mike Heyman as well, also a master angler, cheeky. And then, coming up the coast, like I said earlier, Barry Wareham to me is an absolute phenomenal angler. Henny Parpenquist is a brilliant angler in many facets, not just, zones, shore angling per se. And then women, of course, and I haven't even spoken about the juniors, because there's so many of them that I have met when they were 12 and they now fish for, B teams and senior A teams. So they've come a long way. But ladies, Christelle Oosthuizen is phenomenal. Cabos Low, like I say. And ladies, they fish Phipps M, so they go to a complete different style, and then they will come back and fish an international against Namibia, also as a Protea. Also different styles. Cabos Low is phenomenal. West Coast, Chantal Carstens, and then Cara Cowan, KZN, up-and-coming angler that fished the first nationals juniors as an under-12 female youngster, and is now a Protea in Phipps M and in Zone 6.
It looks like there's a wealth of knowledge and a lot of good experience in these couple of names. Tish, do you think we can have talk to them on a weekly basis? You think that's possible?
I think so much to be gained from speaking to them, and they all are so interested in the development of angling. They are so free with their knowledge that they give. They're so generous. So absolutely, I think it would be a phenomenal idea. Everyone will be like glued to the computer screen.
Okay, now let me then from my side put every Wednesday night for saltwater for the next 13 weeks or so and see how it goes. Will you help me with that?
Okay, all right. Absolutely, that is an amazing idea.
Okay, you are just appointed as the co-host for On the Line With, and every Wednesday night we are going to talk to a saltwater angler.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. That makes me just smile for the rest of the day now.
Deal done.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So I want to ask a couple of questions, and it's going to be quick fire ones. So no time for any explanation.
No pressure.
It's about Tish and fishing.
Yeah.
Rocks or beach?
Both.
I know there's no such an answer. You have to.
Beach.
Spinning or multiplier?
Spinning.
Braid or nylon?
Braid.
Circle or J-hook?
Circle.
Cop or garrig?
Cop, for sure.
Sandy or flatty?
Sandy.
Steenbras or galjoen?
Steenbras.
Chokka or okkie?
Chokka. Oh, if I can get it, okay. No, I'll go for okkie. Yeah, no, absolutely. Always first choice.
White gold. Sard or mullet?
Yeah, once again, depends on where you fish. Sardine. No, mullet. Yeah.
Prawn or sea lice?
Sea lice.
That's good, thank you.
I survived that one, thank you.
Last question.
Yes.
If you are out on parole in the next couple of weeks, whenever we are, where are you going? What's the first place?
Going down the south coast. Yeah, I want to go down to Scottsboro or Pennington. Yeah, I'll go down south.
Okay, and what will you target?
I think I will just be happy to. I will just stand next to the ocean and then put out a bait. And while the bait is out, I will probably be spinning as well, just because you want to try and get as much done in one day, going back from this. Yeah. So yeah, just to be outside on the beach where you don't even have to catch a fish. I mean, that would be a bonus. I think all of us, any angler in South Africa, would just want to say, I just want to be next to the ocean or on the ocean.
Okay, let's say it happens in June.
Yeah.
Let's all hope it happens in June. Just take us through your preparation and let's be a bit serious about it. So let's go out, and let's say we get out in June and you go out to the beach and you're somewhere on the south coast, how will you approach it? Just from a technical point of view, how will you prepare? What will you throw? What will be the first thing that you target, and what would you expect to catch?
I think every angler that lives in KZN at the moment, and all depends on whether the traveling ban will be lifted by then. So it would be people from Gauteng also getting ready to come down, because everyone would be going, and most of the serious anglers would by now already have their stuff sorted for July, because I mean it's sardine season. Come on now. And they've already spotted sardine shoals, I think, off PE, or one shoal. So they're on their way, these things. And by now everyone would have already had their booking done to come down for the June, July school holidays, because it's sardine season. So you will have your bag with, your spinning stuff. That's fine. And your ultralight, because I love ultralight there, rod and reel wise. So that would already be there with your iron candies and your GT spoon, and the plugs and everything. And then you would have your normal rock and surf, which, I mean, everybody or most of the people use grinders with braid now. And hope that you can get a live bait. And, because definitely, the sharks will be in the shallow water. So you'll be targeting that by just hooking a sard and throwing it amongst that. But really everyone would have their stuff ready, I'm sure, in KZN by now for the sardine season. And I have my bag. I have checked out all the little iron candies and the plugs, and everything is ready.
That's excellent. So that will be the day that we are looking out for.
Absolutely. And you'll have your diving stuff separately as well, because the water in Durban has been so flat and diveable, and I'm sure the guys on the kayaks, everyone will be just rearing to get into the ocean.
Tell us a little bit about diving while we're at that. You obviously have a bit of a passion for that, so why do you dive, and what do you go and do? What do you see?
I dive on the West Coast. I don't like diving in KZN, and my husband dives in KZN because he grew up on the KZN beaches. And he doesn't that much like diving on the West Coast, because the West Coast, the temperature's 8 degrees, and you have a 5 mil wetsuit, and you must have a hoodie, and it's not much of diving more than we lie. Sometimes in order to reach a hole, then you lie on top of another rock so you can get your hand in, so he calls it gatkrap. And West Coast people will tell you that is, my dad used to, say, okay, we're going to trek, or you're going to gatkrap today. So we knew exactly what we were going to go and do. But in KZN, it is just, and it's just getting away from everything, because if you're under the water, all the noise disappears. And if you see these this size little crayfish, about 100 of them under, it is absolutely exquisite. It's so peaceful. You don't have to catch anything, but it is just, Natal I don't like, because they also often have moray eels in those holes. So I don't plan on sticking my hand where a moray could be sitting. So but no, diving in itself is just beautiful.
Tish, thank you. Thank you for talking to us. I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks, whereby we are going to talk to all these fabulous people. I am going to learn a lot about saltwater fishing.
Yep. And, we'll see you in July then. You'll be driving down to the coast going, yep, I've got my spinner bag and I've got my rods. Yep, you'll be sorted.
I must tell you, I was supposed to go down to Durban in the beginning of June. I was booked for a week, and there was obviously a couple of fishing experiences lined up, because I normally go down for it's Ironman, and then a week after it's the Comrades, and I do both. And
wow!
In the week in between, I go fishing.
Oh my goodness!
Last year, I went out on the kayak with Marcus.
Oh wow!
I got my first tunny of the kayak.
My son-in-law normally hangs out with Marcus. My son-in-law, Brian Jacob, owns Legend Kayaks in Park Rennie, and him and Marcus are often kayak mates, and they go to Cape Vidal. Oof, the Dorados that they get there are phenomenal.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, so we've had to cancel all of that. So but hopefully in July we'll be able to go down.
Yeah. Like the sardines, there will definitely be so much action. I think also with the past month and a half, most fishing has been stopped. So I think it's been good for the ocean as well. You know, it must be good for nature.
Yeah, it must be. Well, Tish, thank you very much. Thank you for talking to us. To the viewers out there, thank you for joining us on the Saltwater edition, and thank you for being with For Anglers, the digital platform that keeps fishing alive. And we see you on a Wednesday night for On the Line with Saltwater with Tish Yelland as a co-host. And remember, you guys are awesome. Cheers.